And what was Mark like throughout all of those years as well?
Oh, Mark was fed up with it all. It just felt like we couldn't go to a restaurant without someone coming up.
And you like to talk back as well?
I do like a chat, yeah. I love talking to
lovely,
people,
so.
yeah. And a few times in restaurants, we'd sit and have something to eat, and then someone would pull a chair up. Like this woman one day who was quite drunk at the time, and so we'd gone out for this nice romantic meal, and there she was, took over, and Mark was like, let's go now, I've had enough of this. And so we'd go home and that. But people were lovely, people loved the characters and they loved the show, so we never really had a lot of stick about it.
Yeah. But people, I mean, Jane, you know this as well, when we go out with you, Linda, it's like you're, I don't know, the most famous person on earth. Everybody recognised. Do you remember we were in that concert and we had to put a bag over your head?
Nightmare.
We couldn't get from the loos to the sausage bag.
And she gets everyone's life history as well at the same time.
It's like I always say whenever I talk to anyone about you, Linda, is that you've had this level of fame and adoration right from a child, right through your life, and yet there is no one in this Business Week All show that is as authentic as you. What you see is what you are. There is never any pretense of it. And I'm just fascinated how none of it could have touched you. None of your head has not grown in any way.
But I just think
You've got no ego.
I just think it's a job. It's like, and I love doing what I do, but it's like I'm not curing cancer or anything. We might be able to make people laugh for half an hour or whatever in an episode, or take their mind off of what worries they've got. And the other thing is, I think people have grown up with us, you know, like I've grown old with us, and the amount of people you meet, they go, oh, my mum loved Birds of a Feather, she would love to have met you, or whatever. And now we're back again doing more.
Yes, exactly, which is brilliant. But is that care in nature, then, that you've sort of lent yourself to so many different charitable kind of events over the years and raised an awful lot of money for various charities very close to your
Yeah,
heart?
so there's Children with Cancer, who've raised, I think, nearly £300 million, and are responsible for lots of the cures and treatments and that, because when a child was diagnosed with leukemia years ago, it was a death sentence. There was nothing they could do, really. But obviously with the charity, they lost a son to leukemia and a daughter to breast cancer, and so they've given their lives to this charity. And the other one that I helped as well was the British Lung Foundation, where I did some adverts for them. To stop people smoking in cars with children. So it's actually illegal now. You can't light a cigarette up in a car with a child in there, and rightly so. There's been loads over the years, and you can't help everyone, but you can have a good go at...
You should be Dame Linda Robson, I've decided.
She should.
Why has that not happened?
Let's start the campaign here.
Oh, don't.
But in the middle of all of this,
Linda,
I mean, sorry, Nads, in this amazing career, still the centre of your world is your family.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they come first. Whenever I'm asked to do any job, I always go to them, right, they've asked me to go to America to do this, what do you reckon? Or they've asked me to do, I'm a celebrity, what do you reckon? And if they say no, sometimes I've taken a notice of them. Because there they are, there. That's Louis and Bobbie. I know, yeah, look how young they are there. That's when we did this series called Home of Their Own with Tess Daly. That was lovely. There's Mark there, they all are there. The loves of my life, look at them.
Oh,
I know, yeah. But yeah, no, so I've always spoke to them first to see if they think it's a good idea, and a lot of the time, like when I did Gone to Pot, my agent was worried about me doing a show where I was smoking cannabis on the television. But medicinally, I think it's amazing, honestly, and it was a great trip. We had such a good time out there and learnt so much about it as well.